The hidden rule of success. Why you must go against human nature. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to start with a truth most successful people rarely say out loud. The real path to success goes against human nature. That might sound harsh, but think about it. The easier path, the one that's more comfortable, more pleasurable, more accepted by the crowd, almost always leads to mediocrity or failure. Why? Because every single one of us is born with a built-in system, human nature. In ancient times, this system kept our ancestors alive. It pushed them to seek comfort, avoid pain, stay close to the tribe. It made sense then. But today, in a world of abundance, distraction, and endless shortcuts, that same system often becomes our greatest enemy. Human nature wants comfort. It avoids pain. It craves instant gratification. But every meaningful reward in this world, wealth, wisdom, mastery, meaningful relationships, lives on the other side of discomfort. And that means if we want extraordinary results, we can't just learn new tricks. We have to lead a quiet revolution inside ourselves. We have to go against our own nature. 1. First principle, defy instant gratification. Your brain loves quick hits of pleasure. It wants to scroll instead of study, eat cake instead of train, spend instead of invest. And it's not your fault. This is wiring. But wiring can be rewired. A famous experiment gave children one marshmallow and promised them a second if they waited 15 minutes. Years later, those who could wait were more successful across the board. Why? Because they mastered the art of delaying gratification. So here's how you fight back. Remind yourself what's at stake. That hour of deep work today compounds into years of advantage tomorrow. Build small rituals that prepare your mind for focus, like flipping a mental switch. And most importantly, remove temptation. Don't test your willpower. Engineer your environment to make good decisions easy. 2. Second principle, embrace necessary difficulty. Our brains are lazy energy savers. They nudge us toward what's familiar and easy. That's why we stay busy with shallow work, but avoid the hard things that actually move the needle. But real growth only happens at the edge of discomfort. Athletes know this. Muscles grow through resistance. The same is true for your mind, your skills, your character. So, find your edge skills, areas you're decent but not yet great at. That's your training ground. Gamify the challenge. Make difficulty fun. And get feedback. Mirrors make growth visible. Every uncomfortable hour you invest outside your comfort zone is a deposit into your future strength. 3. Third principle, stop defending yourself. When something goes wrong, we're quick to point fingers. It wasn't my fault. The timing was bad. Someone else dropped the ball. That's our inner defense lawyer speaking. It feels good short-term, but long-term, it kills growth. Ray Dalio, one of the most successful investors alive, says, pain plus reflection equals progress. The people who rise the fastest aren't the ones who never fall. They're the ones who learn the fastest. So be your own toughest prosecutor. Stick to facts, not feelings. Ask why again and again until you hit the root cause. And keep an error log. History is your best teacher if you write it down. 4. Fourth principle, break free from the crowd. We're social creatures. In ancient times, being excluded from the tribe meant death. Today, it just means we're scared to be different. We follow trends, mimic the majority, silence our inner voice, all for the illusion of safety. But here's the hard truth. Real opportunity almost never lives in the crowd. It lives in the silence of your own mind. So learn to enjoy solitude. High-quality solitude. Moments when no one's telling you what to think, what to do, or who to be. This is where clarity is born, where original ideas come alive. When everyone rushes one way, pause. Think. Dare to walk the other direction. 5. Fifth principle, master your emotions. We like to believe we make rational choices, but most of our decisions are driven by emotions, fear, greed, anger, jealousy. Emotions are like wild horses. If you don't learn to ride them, they'll drag you off a cliff. Warren Buffett once said, be fearful when others are greedy, and greedy when others are fearful. That's not just an investment strategy. It's emotional discipline. Build a firewall between stimulus and response. Breathe. Observe. Think before you act. Let principles lead, not impulses. 6. Sixth principle, defeat mental laziness. We accept ready-made conclusions. We rely on old experiences. We avoid deep thought. That's mental laziness. and it's one of the biggest barriers to growth. Elon Musk calls the alternative first principles thinking. Instead of copying others, break problems down to their fundamental truths and rebuild from there. It's hard. It's uncomfortable. And that's exactly why it works. Train your mind to think deeply. Investigate everything. Don't accept easy answers. Read deeply on one topic instead of skimming 100 headlines. Teach what you learn. If you can't explain it simply, you don't understand it fully. The battle within. These 6 principles are not easy. They require sacrifice. They demand that you give up comfort, face your weaknesses, embrace solitude, tame your emotions, and think harder than most people ever will. But this is the real game. The reason many remain stuck isn't because they're lazy. It's because they use tactical effort to avoid strategic battles. Your enemy is not the outside world. It's the ancient operating system inside your head. But here's the gift. You also have free will. You can override that system. You can rewrite the script. The road to transformation is not paved with comfort. It's carved through pain, discipline, and courage. As Scott Peck wrote, life is difficult, but once you truly accept that, it no longer is. This is your call to arms. The fight isn't out there. It's in here. And if you can win this inner war, the outer world won't stand a chance. Thank you.